today's lesson, we're going to learn how to simplify trig identities. Here's a few of the key ones to get you started. So get out your list of trig identities so you can be looking at it. So I'm looking for ones that I can substitute in. First, I notice that 1 plus cotangent squared is cosecant squared, so I write that. I also remember there is something about sine and 1. So for 1, I am going to substitute in the other identity, sine squared plus cos squared x, that's what 1 equals, minus sine squared. I'm keeping the sine squared from my original problem. Next, I can see in the numerator, I can eliminate the sines. So I'm left with cosine squared divided by 1 minus sine squared, and that turns into cosine squared times sine squared. That is my final answer. I've simplified it, and there is only one term, one expression left. Let's try number 9. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to rewrite it in terms of sine and cosine, since I can't add those at this point. So I'm going to write sine x over cos x plus cos x over sine x. Now, one of the things I notice is that they do not have a common denominator. The common denominator would be, however, sine times cos. So to get this one with the denominator of sine times cos, I would have to multiply this term by sine x over sine x. And this term I would have to multiply by cos x over cos x. Now I see that they both have sine cos as the denominator. So it's common, and I can write it for both. Looking at the numerator, sine times sine is sine squared. Cos times cos is cos squared. Hey, that's that handy identity. Sine squared plus cos squared is 1. So now I have 1 over sine x cos x. Usually we don't leave anything in the denominator, so I can rewrite it as 1 over sine is cosecant x, 1 over cos is secant x. Final answer. Let's skip number 10 and go on to number 11. This one I noticed that has a negative with the sign. We always get rid of the negative angles, or the opposite angles. And you know that the sign of negative x is simply negative sine x. Now, let's go ahead. Let's change cosecant to 1 over sine. And now I'm going to go ahead and distribute. So sine times 1 over sine would simply be 1. The sine and sine would cancel. Sine times sine is sine squared. And now I remember that there's an identity that I can substitute in. 1 equals sine squared plus cos squared. Those cancel out, and my final answer is cos squared. Try a few more of them on your own, and then check the note sheet online.